Resolving alleged contradictions. Location of resurrection appearances. In this video, we will address an alleged contradiction in the Passion narratives concerning where Jesus appeared to his disciples. As a skeptic has alleged, one gospel puts the post-resurrection events in Galilee and others in Jerusalem. More specifically, Mark and Matthew record the Galilean appearances, Luke only does Jerusalem, and John does both. Before we go any further, I want to highlight something very important that skeptics usually ignore. Differences in accounts do not mean contradictions. Say it with me. Differences do not mean contradiction. There are no good reasons to believe that there weren't appearances in both Galilee and Jerusalem. In fact, it makes sense for there to be appearances in both Jerusalem and Galilee due to festival customs. Passover pilgrims often went up to Jerusalem, then returned to hometowns, which in this case would be the Galilee, and once again back up to Jerusalem for Pentecost. Thus, there will be an appearance sequence of Jerusalem, Galilee, Jerusalem. What about Jesus' command to his disciples in Luke 24:49? Does this not exclude the possibility of Galilean appearances? Jake O'Connell notes, it is not clear that the words of Jesus recounted in Luke 24:49 were said on Easter Day, for it is possible these words were actually said 40 days after Easter, and this after the Galilean appearances had already taken place. There is a time gap in Luke 24:36-53. It appears that Luke puts the ascension the day of Easter, but in Acts he says that Jesus ascended 40 days later. For this reason, unless Luke outrageously contradicts himself, which is unlikely, 24:36-53 could not take place on the same day. These are the two time gap possibilities that can be drawn from the text. If we take the second option, Jesus' command does not rule out Galilean appearances. We should take the second option because it gives the benefit of the doubt to a generally reliable witness. Why does Luke's angel neglect to mention a Galilean appearance? Luke didn't narrate any of the Galilean appearances, so it would make no sense to have the angel mention it. Why didn't Luke narrate the Galilean appearances, let alone the other Jerusalem appearances? Number one, the reason why he only focuses on Jerusalem is due to the Lucan theme of salvation history. William Lane Craig notes, Luke centering on Jerusalem is widely acknowledged to be the result of his scheme of salvation history moving toward a climax in Jerusalem. Basically, he omits the Galilean appearances to focus on Jerusalem. The reason why Luke doesn't narrate any appearances between Easter and the Ascension is because his gospel is close to maximum length on the scroll. There is no reason to believe that the appearances between Easter and the Ascension are extra important, so Luke has no obligation to record it. In conclusion, there are no good reasons to believe there is a genuine contradiction here.